What is good, y'all? What is Gucci? It is your boy, ThaniaBear, aka Natty, aka that nigga. And we're back at it again with another stream. Not gonna lie, the past couple streams have been kinda not my best work. Which, by the way, I definitely did fix those 808s on that last track that we did. So that's fun. That's fun. I'm going to be finishing those up sometime this weekend just to get them ready to send out for those cues. But overall, I am just very grateful, one, for the Sabbath. Happy Sabbath. For those of you that don't celebrate the Sabbath, that's okay. Happy Sabbath regardless. I love you regardless. But yeah, this stream, we're going to start off with a One Piece reacts, and then we're going to end the stream because, one, I like having the stream separate just for the sake of, continuity. But yeah, once we're done with reacting to this new One Piece chapter, which I'm freaking excited about, oh my gosh, so lit about this. Yeah, after we're done with this guy, then we're going to hop on, we're going to get off and then hop literally right back on, do the whole intro card thing all over again, and we're going to get into a new Let's Play series that we're starting, which I haven't posted any of them on YouTube because Lord knows I have so much footage and I need the time to edit it, so please give me the time to edit it. But I'm pretty excited about it. I'm doing it with some homies. Hint, 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 it's about little monsters. Anyway, besides the point, we are going to get into One Piece chapter 1161. Now, the last time before break week, God forbidden break week, we just got into the God Valley incident. So we were introduced to the Roger Pirates, the Rocks Pirates, Garp, and the Holy Knights. We got to see the main culprits, the people involved, and of course, our favorite in this current moment, Dragon. Yes, not Revolutionary Dragon, but 17-year-old, I think his age at the time, Dragon. Sure, he's getting ready to hop on into the battle, if you will, right? So, I mean, it's about to start. This is literally the beginning of, in my opinion, the best flashback in all of One Piece. The only flashback you could probably argue better than this is Kuma's flashback, in my personal opinion, and I'm heavily biased, so I would obviously pick Kuma's flashback, but if we're talking from a relatively objective standpoint, this is the most objectively best flashback arc by far, my personal bias aside. It's just so much of the One Piece world is built around what this flashback is going to address, and the characters involved. I mean, heck, so many power scaling agendas are about to be shaken at their core based off of what we see here. And Garp is on the chopping block. I'm telling you right now, Garp is on the chopping block for the most heinous character, depending on what happens in this chapter. So there's a lot riding on this. There's a lot really. I mean, shoot, if you're invested in Garp stocks, I'm not saying they're gonna plummet, but as of right now, I have no clue what they're gonna look like by the end of this chapter. I will say though, I got my money stashed away in Usopp and Dragon stocks for the rest of this arc. I'm just playing the bet. I put a little bit of money in Loki stocks just because he does seem to be the new Straw Hat, personally. Because here's the thing. I'm not saying every Straw Hat's flashback has to be super OP and important. I'm not saying that at all. But in these post-time skip, season, I guess, if you will, Jinbei, he had some build-up pre-time skip. Loki has had virtually no build-up outside of post-time skip. So if there was to be a post-time skip edition, obviously Jinbei technically counts as a post-time skip edition, but I don't think so because I really think he's a pre-time skip edition. He just didn't fully live into his role, and so a post-time skip, besides the point. I really think we're going to get Loki joining the crew. I know we were faked out by Yamato, which I think Yamato will still join the crew, but in a more roundabout way. I definitely think Loki's joining the crew, no questions asked. I really do. I was kind of a little bit on the fence about it, but now I'm really sold on it. Which I know I made a prediction in one of my earlier reels on the chapter reactions. Kind of forgot what I said about it, but let's just say my little bit of Loki stock still has the opportunity to pay out huge dividends. But right now, just so y'all know, I'm locking this in now because I feel like from this point to the end of the arc, there's kind of really not much else you can do to really, because I feel like if you change your opinion at this point, it's like, you're not really a real one. So I'm sticking with Usopp, I'm sticking with Dragon, and I'm sticking with a bit of investment in Loki stock. So that's where I'm at with it. But yeah, without further ado, let's hop on into the actually, before I get ahead of myself, if you're watching this on YouTube, if I somehow finally got around to editing this, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell to be notified about music, art, gaming, and education content that I got prepared for y'all coming out. Also check out my website if you're looking for creative services or want to work with me or collaborate or listen to music I've released. I am a musician, I am an artist, I do a lot of things. So yeah, check that out, ThaniaBear.com. It's in my links, wherever the links can be found. I probably won't put it in the description, but if I do, be grateful because I shouldn't have to. But nevertheless, there's that. Also, too, if you know how to hype the video, please do that. That does wonders for your boy. And also, too, the music you're currently listening to right now is the instrumental from my upcoming single, Hand Over My Heart. When is it going to drop? Nigga, I don't know. Well, I do know. Whenever I finish the vocals, which I have a personal due date for 26 of my personal records by the end of this year. So 26 of my records will be done by end of this year, which means next year it will for sure come out. I always say that, but this year I really mean it because I have nothing getting in the way of me finishing this work anymore. So that's the game plan. So expect new singles, music that I've been working on for some years and for a couple months, coming out all next year with visuals. And the rest of this year, I'm just going to be dropping sample books, which are essentially just a bunch of samples and loops that I've been working on and creating over the year. And anytime I'm not dropping a single or like a new piece of music, I will drop a sample book. And every Monday, I'm always dropping a new sample anyway, which will be associated with a sample book. So just know that those will be the consistencies that you can always expect. Every Monday, you can expect a sample video. Now, I try to get them out by 8:30 a.m. Not always the case. Sometimes I get them out late. But I will always have a new sample video every Monday. So if you want to work on something that I've created or hear just something I've created, go to my YouTube every Monday. Every Monday, every Monday, I'm dropping a new video. And feel free to shit on it or like it if you like it. I'm open to both, genuinely. Now, all of that being said, we are going to get into chapter 1161 of One Piece. Let's get it. I'll bring down the audio just a little bit. That way, it's not too cumbersome, because I'm pretty sure that's hella loud for some of y'all. Okay. Ooh, all right, so let me... Ooh, I love this. We're starting off with a color spread. Hold on. Yes, we're starting off with a color spread. I love these. And by the way, for those of you that know, we're reading on TCB because we're TCB gang for life. But also too, I pay for a Shonen Jump subscription, so we always read the viz later. But I don't do reviews on this channel. I just vibe and react to it. So that's kind of is what it is. So we're gonna save this image to my folder because for those that don't know, on my personal. Well, not on my personal, but on my Instagram, on my artist Instagram, ThaniaBear, at ThaniaBear, go check it out. I do what are called practice with me reels. And these practice with me reels, I take panels from my favorite manga. Right now, I'm working on One Piece because I love One Piece. It's my favorite manga of all time. It's amazing. And so I'm studying the art, Oda's art, because I want it to be a part of my style. There's a couple other mangaka I'm going to be studying as well, but right now, my main focus is, of course, the great Ichiro Oda Sensei Sama-san. I love his art, so I'm trying to incorporate it within my art. So, excuse me. I always take a couple of the panels per chapter, so if I stop reading in between to save a panel, bear with me. It's my inner artist. I love studying this guy. Now, that being said, this color spread is amazing. I love it. It's got this kind of, what we hold in our hearts is our forever. One Piece. I love it. It's kind of like it low-key reminds me of Circus, like back in the day when me and my brother and my family used to live in LA. Like when we first moved to the US, I remember when we have like aunties and uncles visiting from Ethiopia, like literally we'd be like, hey, we gotta take you to Las Vegas. Because if you live in LA, like, you can just drive to Las Vegas, right? And so, like, it would be these things where if we had an uncle visiting from the States or whatever, we'd be like, yo, we gotta take you to Las Vegas. And keep in mind, me and my brother are Utes, all right? We are YNs, if you will. So, like, we're just itty bitty children just dealing with these adults tagging us along, playing a bunch of Ethiopian worship music and just talking for hours as me and him are on our little Game Boy Advances or whatever it is at the time, right? So whenever we get there, we virtually cannot go with them to any place. So I have these fond memories of this place called Circus. Is it there? I don't know. I haven't been to Las Vegas in how many years? I don't make enough money to be over there, nor do I care to be over there outside of maybe seeing the Dome place to watch an episode of One Piece or something. And even then, to myself, once I'm making like a lot of money that I can then just have fun with my life, if at all, then maybe I'll go to Las Vegas. Outside of that, there's really no reason for me to be in Las Vegas at all, genuinely. Now, that being said, this reminds me of Circus because that was the only place me and my brother could really enjoy and have fun at. So whenever I think of Las Vegas, I really just think of Circus and like the little waterfall thing and this one pirate exhibit that scared the living crap out of me as a kid. Nevertheless, this was adorable. You got little doll Shanks, and I love how like Luffy, which I find this interesting that Luffy also still remembers Gaimon, which if y'all don't remember, Gaimon was like one of the first islands that Luffy, Zoro, and I think Nami maybe, but definitely Luffy and Zoro, potentially even Usopp, now that I think about it. I gotta go read the first couple arcs again. It's been a while. But it's funny that in Luffy's, these things that he holds near and dear in his heart, he's got Whitebeard, he's got Rayleigh, he's got Ace, obviously, Sabo, obviously, Shanks, obviously, I forget homegirl's name, but she was essentially low-key. I feel like her and Shanks hit it off. Personal opinion. Obviously, you got Dadan. You got Garp, which who knows? Maybe they're a thing. Low-key, I don't know, right? And then you got Gaimon. Of course, you got a little mini Momonosuke, but it's interesting that Luffy has Gaimon. I want that to be very well noted. Of all these characters are very important. Very important. But Luffy also has Gaimon. And I love how Luffy and Nami are fighting over Chopper. That's adorable. This is a really good cover spread, man. Oh my goodness. And then you got Robin over here with a close-up on her like, please save Chopper. Chopper is really like goated. Not gonna lie. He's merch. And I think this, you know what? If there's any agenda that this color panel gets across, the Chopper's merch. I genuinely think so. Chopper merch allegations are not slowing down anytime soon. Of course, we got Frankie. Just got a little bit of money. Just trying to figure it out, right? Trying to get the Chopper. Usopp putting in that work, bro. That's focus. You see, honestly, hockey, bro. Conversation hockey, bro. Observation hockey, bro. And I love how you got a lion over here just like looking. Jinbei could really care less. He's just sleeping. It's interesting how Zoro has got Shirahoshi and Mihawk on his side, pretty much. Which Buggy's kind of floating. Interesting. Buggy's just kind of floating. It doesn't seem like he's got a, situation here. And it's interesting how it seems like old Bunny Girl and Hancock are like, they seem closer to Luffy, like falling away from him, but not too certain. And then, of course, Sanji's got all the girls, including, like, what is it? Yeah, pretty much all the women, which is understandable. I mean, come on. Man of culture. Can't be mad at him. I mean, you could be mad at him, but I can't be mad at him. Yeah, no, this is pretty dope. I love this. Okay. Cool cover page, man. Let's get to it. Oh, hold up. Let's see. We got a note from Oda. I usually don't read these because I always be forgetting, but I think it's fun to read these every now and then. So let's see. Oda Sensei says, I always thought horse meat was only good as sashimi, but I recently went to a joint where they did grilled horse instead, and it was delicious. Hey, he's got different money than me. Oda's got different money than me. I'm going to just let that rock. All right, here we go. We got chapter 1161, A Love Ballad in a Hail of Arrows. That is a title. Okay, that is a title. Okay, we got... So this is them at the shrine. So we got Momonosuke, Kinemon, and Yamato. So Only Child Yamato and the Holy Inauri Pilgrimage, Volume 43, The Resting Place of Heroes, which this seems to be where all the people that died during the Onigashima raid. I have a feeling Oda, as an author, really wanted Wano to be this very special sort of arc that really got everybody, like, to, you know, feel this uptick in the end of the Yonko saga, or the Yonko era, I guess. I don't know if it landed like that for the community, though, honestly. Now, granted, we get the Sun God lore, we get the Gear 5, which is huge, We pretty much get OP, like, Mickey Luffy, you know what I mean? But yeah, you know, yeah, I feel icky about it. But alas, we move on. All right, God Valley. What happens when legends meet? Interesting. We're starting with an interesting double spread here. Well, it's not really a double page spread here. It's more so just a bigger panel. So let's see. The island became an inescapable flashpoint where motive and fate erupted into a battlefield of nightmares. Nigga, I can only imagine, bro, for real. All right. Head for the evacuation route. We will take responsibility and get it for you. But there is a prize I really wanted. Okay, yeah, he says that. Responsibility. You'll be taking responsibility for all this, you idiot. We might have a chance. Let us use this chaos to hop on a boat and step away. Where's Shaki? Is she all right? Of course, Roger only got one thing on his mind. Eris, Teach, where are you? Interesting. We got a name drop, so... Eris seems to be his wife's name. Or baby mama, we don't know what type of timing Rox is on. I'm assuming wife, but they're pirates, right? They can be on a different type of timing. But Eris, where are you? So Rox, this dude only cares about his family, which is beautiful, right? Where did Roger go? Garp, man, oh man. Garp's got some allegations on him. All right. Hang in there just a bit longer. So we got Dragon. First of all, this is a panel switch. So, you know, we go from out view of God Valley, reestablishing the scene, and then we zoom in to kind of like the Celestial Dragons and Marines, kind of like dealing with the chaos. And then we got the main three culprits, reminding us who are the main three factions, kind of like, you know, what they're thinking. And then we got a quick panel switch. Whenever Oda does this, you already know the scene is switching. And then it goes to Dragon running away in all of this. Because keep in mind, Dragon's got the babies of destiny, if you will. You got Shamrock and you got Shanks. Well, I can't speak for Shamrock at the moment. Purely off of just association, he's got clout. But just because he got what he got off Loki does not impress me at all. But what Shanks is, nigga. God King Shanks, nigga. Goat Shanks. Griffin Shanks. That nigga Shanks. He's holding the Children of Destiny right now. So Dragon is still the MVP of the arc as of right now. Anyway, hang in there just a little bit longer. Where are the Navy ships? More pirates? It's not this way. And then we got this Holy Knight chick over here. Yeah, I see him. A Marine with a little bundle in his arms. Dang, so she's just gonna murk this nigga like that? Bro, what? Got him. You're a lifesaver, Mafi. Garling would have killed me. Wow. Damn, she just took a baby. Wow. Who would have thought a prick like Garling could have a kid? That's almost as strange as our intriguing little kidnapper. So God's Knight Satchel's family, Saint Mafi. So she's a part of the Satchel's family. Obviously, most of the women in Oda's drawings tend to be baddies just by, you know, nature, right? Man of culture, can't be mad at it. But also, too, fuck Safi. Or Mafi, whatever, I don't care. Wait, those babies, they're my only chance to atone for helping set up this twisted murder game. Interesting. So the way Dragon sees saving the kids, it's like, because he's in the Marines and he realized what he signed up for, his inner moral compass is like, I need to do something good to outweigh the bad I've done, because this is just senseless violence, which is understandable. And to just think that way, I mean, once again, Dragons, I already put my money in Dragon stocks. I really see this building up the hype for Dragon. It was nice knowing you, young man. Dang. Okay. I guess that's that. Considering all the dead, this is probably what I deserve. Damn, holding... See, here's the thing. We don't know who she's holding, but there's a good chance she's holding baby Shamrock, because remember, Roger finds Shanks in a chest. So Dragon, whatever ends up happening here, he finds a way to put baby Shanks in the chest, which means Maffy may seem to get away with baby Shamrock. Maybe. Because she only gets one. She only picks one. Out of the way! Yo! For the last time, I was aiming at the enemy, not you. How many other pirate crews landed here anyway? Liar, I could have died. You want to go right now or something? Whoa, these pirates, they're huge. First of all, that was Whitebeard-sama. That just murked Maffy. But obviously, Holy Knight, so they got the what's it called? Infinite life buff or whatever. So let that be what it be, right? Damn you, Newgate! You trying to get me killed? Shiki. This ain't what we agreed on, Lin Lin. Kaido. The Rocks Pirates. If we can't take them down, we'll be famous. Hang on, are these scrubs after Shaki too? Get back to bed, you small fries. Bro, these are the Yonko. Honestly, these four are the original four Yonko, for being honest. If we're being honest, bro, these are the original four Yonko. Like, no questions asked, for sure. Like, check it out. You got Whitebeard, Yonko. Big Mom, Yonko. Kaido, Yonko. Shiki could have been a Yonko, but his dumb ass done just ruined it for himself because of his ego and pride. So really, Shanks was able to enter that role of that fourth role of Yonko, which is interesting because he's here as a child. So really, you have all the Yonko here. Cool panel. If anything, we're gonna save this. This is a dope-ass panel. We're saving it. I like it a lot. Cool ass panel. Super fire. Double page spread. We love double page spreads here. Alright. Let's see here. We got some explosions. What in the world is happening on this island? I could probably slip away now, but I lost the babies. Wow. Interesting. I'm telling you, that's gotta be baby Shanks, bro. Like, cause you got like Shamrock just crying in the hands of a holy knight. Then you got baby Shanks just knocked out. Which one? Fell on his head. Which means maybe it messed with his chemistry in his brain. It's cause, remember, Shamrock, nurture, and nature. I already see the potential writing here. Granted, if it happens, if it doesn't. If it does, it does. Whatever. But I see the writing here where Oda's like, yo, this one was in the nature of the celestial dragon, so he became molded by the darkness. But you can also argue that maybe it was his nature because he didn't fall on his head. But Shank fell on his head, which means maybe his nature would have been a celestial dragon. But not only did his environment make him a better person, but he fell on his head, which changed his persona to be something different. Maybe. We don't know. Just a thought. Random ass thought. Now this is a big catch. I found a prime fishing spot. Okay, Garp charging that shit up. Brace yourselves, ye big old sea kings. It's Garp, run. A fight with him will drag on too long. We ain't gonna fight back at all. Well, Kaido's more like, we ain't gonna fight back at all. Can it? Zeus, Prometheus. Yes, mama. Interesting. So you got Garp pulling up. He's got Whitebeard, Big Mom, Kaido on the run. We can't see Shiki. So Shiki probably left the scene to do some other things. Bro, but hey, power scale niggas, you hear it here first. Garp got them on the run, so don't mess with Garp, yo. Don't mess with him. Dad? Dragon's like, what? Heavenly Floor Blitz. Vice Admiral Garp. Okay. Big Mom showing up. Huge explosions. What was that? No, focus. This is our chance, Kuma. Okay. Oh, poor Kuma. Look at the arrow in his back, bro. He does not care. That's a toughie. Garp's like, this isn't even hot enough to cook a prime rib, Lin. Fuck. Lin's just like, fuck. Hey, the kidnapper's probably dead, and I've secured the baby. That's good enough, right? Well, I'm forever in your debt. Now please get back here before Garling finds out. That's wild. You could tell they're celestial dragons because she saw twins. Or maybe she didn't. Maybe she didn't. Who knows? But she's like, I got a baby. That's all that matters, right? As opposed to the dragon over here, like, I at least got to protect this one. I'm sorry, I may not be able to help your brother, but I swear to at least save you. Man, dragon being the reason Shanks is alive and Shanks being the reason Luffy's still alive, bro. Beautiful writing, Oda. I love to see it. You all really thought you could get away in the chaos. Pirate or townsfolk, none of you will escape on my watch. Dang, you done shot all of them. Reporting in. The Rocks pirates are coming in from the southeast. Okay, this is where Oda enters in his action RPG bag, to where he gives us a lay of the land and kind of where things are at the moment. Which it seems the Rocks pirates are coming in from the southeast. So this would seem to be the southeast of the island. So this would seem to be true north, right? Because that's east, which would then mean southeast. So this is south. Hold up. Southeast, which would then mean this is northwest. Which would then mean, yeah, this is south, this is north. Okay, cool. So that is north. Because the Roger Pirates are coming from the northwest. Okay, I didn't even read. I was just like trying to use my brain. But okay, northwest, south, north. Which is interesting because that means the God Valley crack is actually... Okay, cool. Interesting. I'm carding the challenge, y'all. So this really shouldn't be where I try to put my focus on. But I'm just trying. Anyway, the Rocks Pirates are coming in from the southeast. The Roger Pirates from the northwest. We've been sandwiched. Got it. Interesting. So that's where Roger came from, and this is where Rocks came from. And the Celestial Dragons are right here. Good to know. Good to know. Give back Shocky. It's Roger. Fight to the last. We haven't gotten the treasure to safety yet. The Rocks are coming from the other side. I'm going to save her first. No, I will. Let go. Shocky, we're here to save you. Interesting. Captain John seems to have a metal arm. Metal arm. Duly noted. And of course, we got Gloriosa. We got Wang Ji. I think that's that dude. And then we got Iron Axe, who could be related to one of the worst generation dudes. I forget his name, but he's the dude that's like a angel or whatever. Anyway, hurry up and stop them. You at least move Shakuyaku, right? St. Summers, about that, huh? St. Summers. Don't tell me all of them were taken out by one little chained up lady. Sounds like the pirates out there are really going to town. First of all, don't mess with Shakuyaku. She probably got Conqueror's Hawking for all we know, nigga, so don't mess with her. They probably all passed out from that shit. How distasteful. There's nothing less cute than a woman who knows her worth. Damn, bruh. I'm not gonna lie, bruh. Not gonna lie, Summers. My hate for you is only growing more, dog. I hate that shit, bro. You a bitch ass nigga for real. Let's go, Shocky. Kick that dude for real. Ouch. Grab. Damn, bro. You know all these pirates are here to take you away. Your popularity is quite the pain. It's certainly made a mess of our tourney. Even if you survive this, Garland will ultimately claim you as his. No one else really gains anything, so I'm starting to wonder if it wouldn't just be more fun to kill you here and now. Piece of shit, bro. Hate him. They've come all this way just to save you. It'd be unfortunate for them to survive hell only to find the mangled corpse of their beloved here. I wonder what kind of faces they'll make. Damn, Roger clashing with Whitebeard? Insane. Shocky, we've come to save you. Shocky, are you okay? I'm gonna save you now. Chicky, a bitch ass nigga for real though. It'll be me. No, I'm the one. Damn, my hands are tied right now. I'll leave Shocky to you. Hey, let's go. Is that what I think it is? Never nigga really. Can you hear that? They're outside, but I'm afraid they're just a little too late. Say, Summers, Garland won't forgive this kind of transgression. Zip it. If you keep quiet, they'll just chalk it up to an accident. Look at her face. All hope snuffed out. See, this ain't a fairy tale. I just gut any hero who'd show up. Life's a bitch, ain't it? I'll kill you with 5 slashes. Savor the pain. Your wishful thinking will drain out with your blood. I'll send you to the darkest shadows of the underworld. Come on, my nigga Rayleigh, let's go. Okay, next panel's gotta be crazy. Next panel's gotta be crazy. Next panel's gotta be crazy. Okay. Transcendent Higan Crescent. Bruh. So it's essentially Red Spider Lily. Shocky. Hey, come on, hey. Come on, my nigga. Come on, my nigga. This that nigga Rayleigh, bro, we talking about. This is Dark King Rayleigh, nigga. This is, I'll pull up on your bitch and I'ma slide. Well, not really on yours, more like his, because she kind of claimed him. It's just he didn't really do anything because he was a little bit too much of a pussy to do anything about it. Understandably, though, because, like, if you got, like, a really beautiful woman that's, like, actually, like, feeling you and putting herself, like, in your corner, it's kind of hard to believe. So the nigga's probably just in disbelief for most of it, to be honest with you. Sheesh. Sorry for the delay. I'm here for you. Come on, man. Come on, nigga. Fire. Look at that. Ray, son, you're late. I'm sorry for letting it come to this. I was so scared. I'll never ever save it for later, you dog. Man, you know they his niggas, bro. You know. First of all, look at Scopper. Scopper is crying now. He's crying now because a baddie is with a man of her choice. And not any man of her choice. They niggas. They brothers for life. So it's like, okay, I'm gonna cry this one out. I'm gonna let the emotions come out because as a man, you gotta cry. You have to cry. And if anybody tells you you're not a man if you don't cry, they're kind of an idiot. Simple version, they're an idiot. Longer version, they're restricting themselves from being the best version of a man you possibly could be, which is in touch with your emotions and so in tune that you're able to be resilient and strong, but feel as well. Both are possible. Crazy thought, but both are possible. So this is beautiful because they're having a little moment. They're all lovey-dovey, and then Roger and freaking Scott are over here like, nigga, not now, nigga. We got shit to do, which is understandable because they do got shit to do. Guys, we've got Shocky. Grab the treasure and run for it. A passionate rescue. See, this is solid. Okay, so I love that the first part of this chapter, the Roger Pirates get the treasure, right? Which the treasure is the loved one, and not just anyone's loved one. This is Rayleigh's loved one. Which, I'm not gonna lie. I don't think the math lines up. But I'm looking at what Rayleigh's wearing right now. And it's oddly similar to things that Mihawk would wear. Now, I'm not particularly sure of his origins. I'm not particularly sure of Rayleigh's origins. Nor do we particularly know Mihawk's origins. But it's more and more less likely that Mihawk is a Holy Knight or of Holy Knight lineage. And there's a possibility that he's the child of Rayleigh and Shocky. I'm not saying he is. I'm pretty sure if some of us do the deep research, maybe that doesn't pan out. But I'm just saying what he's wearing in this particular panel is proof for pause. I'm trying to see if there's any other panel I want to capture here. I honestly want to capture any of the panels with Shocky because I'm not gonna lie, I'm just a big fan of how Oda draws women. Call me a gooner, could care less. But yeah, this panel for sure we're saving. because I like the explosion panels quite a bit. And then this panel, I like the perspective on this panel. Let's see, what else? This is a motion panel, but it's also an interesting angle. So, like that. And then, of course, we have to have, this double page spread for sure. So beautiful, so beautiful. We love it here. Okay, let's see what we got here. All right, so a little bit more lore on the cover page. So the cover page, so in the cover page, we got number 1. So we got Kazuki Toki. So Toki died, rip, right? Kazuki Odin died. Now, Shimotsuki Yasui, understandable. Top 3, makes sense. Now we have number 4, Uzuki Tempura. Totally forgot who that nigga was. 5, Fugetsu Omusubi. Okay, those were the dudes that were like Yamato's, like, I guess, the people that were in that cave that Yamato met, essentially. I think that's what these 3 are. Okay. 7, Taka. Forgot that nigga. Izo. Rest in peace, my nigga. Pedro. That's actually tough. Okay. That's tough, actually. I respect that. I respect that a lot, actually. 10, Kuro. 11, Ashura Doji. Shout out to Ashura Doji. I do remember you, my nigga. Real ass dude. Had all them swords ready, and dude was ready to slide after years of not know. Honestly, yeah, anyway, okay, cool. Not that many people I knew there, but I do remember Ashura Doji. Okay. And then we got the kanji references a small blade slash and evokes the idea of enlightenment as well as the Buddhist holiday Higan, which I am familiar with the term, but I don't know what it means, which centers on transcendence and honoring ancestors. Cool. The reading sounds like Red Spider Lily. Fire. 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 Ugh. Look at this. Look at this. Such a beautiful chapter. Such a beautiful chapter. Little crying face, having a little moment. Look at that. You got the call back to where it's like, hey, sorry for the delay. I'm here for you. See, look at Roger setting it up, bro. Fate, like, he's like, hey, I'm over here fighting Whitebeard. Rayleigh, you know what you gotta do, my nigga. Gotta go claim what's yours. Which, to be fair, he's not claiming what's his in the sense of like, oh, women are property to be claimed. Not in that sense. I know that could be taken that way. And if you take it that way, I think you're being totally numb to the dynamics here. She put the ball in this nigga's court. She was the one that said, make me yours. So, already, all you high-five feminist, leftist, stupid, emotional people that are just way too sensitive for sensitive sake, get your shit out of here. Now, not only did he come through, but homie was like, I'm still giving you the choice because that was in the past. I don't know if you feel the same way now, but I'm here to make you yours. Sorry I'm late. She then, come. If that's not consent, nigga, I don't know what is. I just y'all let me know in the comment section. That being said, though, we got a phenomenal chapter here with chapter 1101 or 161. And it does not look like we have a break week coming up next week. Thank goodness. Now, my worry is we're going to get like 2 to 3 chapters back to back. And then on the 3rd chapter is going to be halfway through this incident. Then we'll get a break week and then we'll get 3 and then we'll close out the incident. Very likely, especially I see this incident carrying to the end of the year with the climax sometime before Christmas. I'm just seeing Oda cook in that manner. Not saying it will. Just saying that's what I'm seeing. I see us coming back, like kind of like what happened in the Wano flashback whenever we got the Roger flashback. Like once all the holiday stuff is done and like around late January, early February, that's when I see us coming back to Elbaf, if at all. If at all. And even then, when we come back to Elbaf, I don't even think we're coming directly back to Elbaf. I think we're getting a little bit of a world situation, figure out where the world is at, you know, do some BB stuff, maybe some Reverie stuff, and then we go back to Elbaf. So at least that's my thought. Granted, with the hype of the God Valley incident, I think Oda would behoove himself to mess with the pacing like that and just go into the battle. So I feel like this, get all the cool stuff, lore stuff, all that kind of stuff, end with maybe a little bit of characterization for Loki to connect the tie point of the flashback, and then go right back into it. That's my thoughts, but we'll see. We'll see what ends up happening. But overall, I'm in love with this chapter. It's so beautiful. Oh, tasteful. Some great panels too. I'm gonna see Garp kind of like, coming through and showing out. I'm not gonna lie, Garp's still on fraud watch for me. I don't like what I'm seeing so far with him. Now, it is cool to see kind of how the separation of Shanks and Shamrock happened. It's like, kind of, I don't even know what to call it, to be honest with you, but I just see nurture and nature kind of playing a part here. But it's a beautiful poetic moment to see Dragon save Shanks, though, or what we think to be Shanks. Here's the thing: Oda could be faking us out. He could be like, haha, you think this is that, but then there's another final switch, because we still don't know what's the good marcation between Shanks and Shamrock, to be quite honest. Now, I will say the goofier stuff seems to be more Shanks, because Shanks is more lovable, more human, more relatable, while Shamrock's comes off like hello, like, I'm that nigga, bro, you're prim proper. So, we'll see. We shall see. But for the time being, we'll find out more. So that's all we got for this video, this live reaction of the new One Piece chapter. I really hope this is the one I end up posting on my YouTube, because I've been reacting to these for a minute now, and I've really been building my muscle. I've been building my reaction muscle, how I just read, how I get into it, and also too just how I go about it, right? Which I'm thinking about, I'm just going to put like a trademark or landmark on the actual, like where the, pages are themselves. So that way at the very least, like y'all will be able to see like, okay, we can kind of read what you're reading. Kind of like how King of Lightning does it, Cole. But I could still get flagged. I could still get demonetized. I'm not saying I wouldn't, but I can try and see what happens, We'll just see what happens and kind of go from there. But nevertheless, it's your boy ThaniaBear, aka Natty, aka that nigga, and I hope you enjoyed this live reaction to this latest One Piece chapter 1161. I am not going to do a review, but if you guys would want a review, maybe. I don't plan on doing a review. The review is my reaction, in my honest opinion. I'm not that cognitively and educated enough on the lore to be like, haha, this is what is happening, this is the only way. No, this is what we get. But if you enjoy it, please let me know in the comments. And I'm also curious for your theories. Who are you putting your stocks into this arc? Because the time is running short and your return on investment is going to increase or decrease exponentially as these chapters come out. So choose wisely. Choose wisely. And if you're a power scaler, feel free to argue in the comments. I'll take all the engagement I can get here. Also, too, don't forget to, I think I've already said like, comment, and subscribe. But more importantly, hype the video. If you haven't, please do. If you don't know what it is, don't worry about it. Not stressing it, but if you know what it is, please, that actually helps a brother. And yeah, just stay tuned on all the short form content I'm posting. I try to stay consistent with that stuff every weekday. On weekends, not as much, but I try to still. Let's see. And yeah, go stream my music anywhere you stream. I'm still on the fence of taking it off of Spotify. Not because I don't think Spotify is a bad place. I think it's horrible for artists and creatives in general. But I'm also more of the lines of, there's so many people who just don't care about that still consume, which should I provide my music for those people? Probably not. They're probably not the people that would even engage in my music in the first place, and I only get about 2 streams every other month, if at all, from Spotify, so I wouldn't take any else when taking my music off of Spotify. But I do like the ubiquitousness of having my music literally everywhere. That being said, if you're a musician who has a negative opinion on me for having it on Spotify, I think you're more justified in it than I am of having my stuff on Spotify. So you're more righteous than me in that sense. You definitely got that one. But yeah, all my music is everywhere. It's even on my website. My goal is to make it purchasable for my website, and that's really where I advise for you guys to engage my music, because my goal is if you purchase it from my website, I'll literally just give it to you in a file format that you can save on your Android or on your iPhone, and that way you just have it. You know what I mean? Like, you actually own the music. Well, you don't own the music because I own the rights to the music, but you at least have the music to then enjoy it in whichever way you wish to enjoy it. So that's the plan I got for it, but y'all do as you please. Y'all do as you please. But yeah, I appreciate you. Love y'all. Don't forget to snip the fruit salad. And as always, peace.